What's going on, y'all? It's PTFiles, and we are back again. You know what I'm saying? New spot, whole different vibe, new space, new energy, you know what I'm saying? But this time, I got a special guest, some totally different, Mr. Tommy Wright, CEO, serial entrepreneur, and Subway franchise owner. What's going on?
Not much, man. I appreciate you for having me. My first podcast out. So I told you it would be my first before I even bought the Subway. So just want to hold up to my promise and be my first podcast out. So appreciate you for having me.
Most definitely appreciate you for coming. So recently you just bought a Subway. Big accomplishment. How did you get into that?
Honest and truly, I wish I had a better story for you, but about a year and some change ago, I was bored, and in my old business, I was making like $40,000-$50,000 a month, and it only took like 10 hours a month for me to make that much money, and I was like bored. Like I'd be sleeping all day. I do a little bit of work. I go to boxing and then go home and go right back to sleep. And I got tired of seeing the same things on like Instagram with like credit and all this other stuff. That's what I used to do. And I wanted to make my own lane, do something that's hard to copy, and just bring something new to the internet. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna jump in and buy a franchise. So I did it, and I just worked backwards from my goal. So I knew I wanted to buy a franchise and figured out what I needed to do, and I made it happen. And then, we're here now.
So what was that process like for you to buy a Subway franchise? Because I know it's not easy to just get up and just, go buy a franchise.
Yeah. So, you got to meet like certain qualifications. So you got to have a certain net worth. You got to have a certain amount of money in the bank, all that good stuff. But if you know my background before the Subway is I knew about credit. So I know how to move money around, make it look like, make some things look like what they're not. So I was able to get all of that together. And then once you get the financial stuff together, they kind of vet you out a little bit. I'm really good at speaking, and I'm good at communicating with people. So once they vetted me out, they was like, yeah, you're a pretty good candidate. And, I just, rock out from there. If you got the numbers to go buy one, then you good. So you meet the qualifications, then that just let you skate by and go and get one.
So how's the Subway going right now?
Oh, shit. Well, when we like, I'm like up 200% than the previous year. So like I can see what the data was last year, how much they were making last year on this day versus what we made on this day. And I'm up 200% almost every single day in comparison to last year. So we're doing pretty good. I'm putting more business touches on it to kind of get it a little bit different than the Subway that's down the street, because the Subway is on every corner. So I don't want it to be just another Subway. So I got a little bit of personality on mine. That's why I'm the only Subway owner that's really on social media that really has a footprint on social media. So much so that Subway corporate like has me on watch, and I have meetings with them almost every week. So
yeah.
So it's doing better. It's doing better. Not as good as it could be, but it's doing better. A lot better than it was.
So what's the hardest part about owning the Subway?
The hardest part, I would say, is transitioning from being a solopreneur to actually being a boss. Like you actually have people that you're responsible for them paying their bills. Like you're responsible for them feeding their kids. If you don't bring in enough money for your store to the point that you can cover payroll and everything else, then you're affecting other people's lives. So a lot of people's lives are in my hands, technically. If I was to shut down the whole business, then guess what? The 5 or 6 employees I got, they got to go look somewhere else. And these are people that worked in Subway for 7-8 years. So it's a little bit more pressure. So instead of me being a solopreneur, I'm really now a boss. And now I got to, teach people how I want things, to be done. And if they've been doing things a different way before I bought the store, and then they got to change it to, how I'm doing it. And I'm just learning more like team building skills and that type of stuff to just get the whole team acclimated to what I want going on in my store.
So how do you manage also your day-to-day life between, having the Subway? Because I know you said before, like, you had to work long hours, and you still working long hours, and then your personal life, and then just trying to hold that together.
Yeah, so I didn't have a personal life. So when I first bought the store, like 100%, like I told my girl at the time, I was like, straight up, I'm gonna be at my store probably 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when I get home, I'm going to go to sleep. That's what's gonna happen. I told her that before we even got together. And she was cool with it. Everybody's cool with it until it happens.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a personal life. Like I didn't go out. I didn't technically go out before Subway, but I didn't go to the movies. Like I didn't do stuff that I normally would do. So I was in the store from open to close 7 days a week for probably 4 months, like straight every single day. There was no off day. It was no off hour. It was no nothing. If I was doing work, like maybe editing a video or something, I was doing it sitting down in my Subway for maybe like 30 minutes, then getting right back up, hopping on the line, doing sandwiches or whatever. So I didn't have a personal life. And I knew that was what was going to happen. That's what I was buying into. They didn't have employees when I was there. So I was the employee. Like I was the one that was making sandwiches. I was cleaning up. I was handling everything on the computer. I was handling all the management stuff. I was handling all the bills. I was doing all that. And I knew it was going to happen. And when it happened, it was just like, okay, well, I knew, let's rock and roll. But now, I'm in my store maybe 10, 15 hours a week now. So,
That's what's up. So I also see like you like kind of like a TikTok sensation with the Subway.
Yeah.
You probably going up every video. One thing I admire about it is that, like you said in one of your videos, you tell the truth about owning a business and a franchise. It's not all glitz and glams. It's not easy. So what pursued you to just do that? Show everybody like this is how much I'm really making. Like, because a lot of people, what they do is they say they making $8,000, but that's not really the revenue they making. You know what I'm saying? They probably really only making $100. So what made you want to, tell people like, hey, like this is the real behind owning a business, a franchise, whatever?
Yeah, so my goal buying a Subway in general was not to make a whole bunch of money. There's nobody that owns one Subway that makes a lot of money. There's really not a lot of people that own one franchise that make a lot of money. That's not what franchises are for. You're supposed to build and stack them, right? That's probably not what I'm going to do. So my goal was never to make money. If the Subway was like literally flatline, I'm not making $1, Tommy Wright is still okay. Like I still have money in other places that make money. I'm fine. So my real goal was to create a lane for myself. I'm not a fan of the Lambo people. Like that's not me. People that'll go and buy Lambos just because they halfway can, but then have to do all this other stuff to support that's not me. Like that's just honest and truly, that's not me. So I don't care about telling people, hey, I made this much off of this investment, because a lot of people think, yeah, you own a franchise, you rich, right? It's easy. Like you own a franchise. What? You say that in the black community, oh my God, you're the president. You own a franchise? Like, oh shit. So it was like, it's a reality thing. And then there was nothing online when I was looking to own a franchise about owning a franchise, except for people that read Google stats.
Yeah.
So like 40% of franchise owners, I don't want none of that. Like who's in the field actually showing what's happening? That's why I do it. So I'm the only one online that actually owns a franchise that is telling you what's happening, like nitty gritty. And I would do it a lot worse if my franchise my franchisee was not on my back about the things that I post.
Yeah.
But that's why I do it raw and uncut. And I get a lot of backlash from like other franchisees. I get a lot of backlash from, just like corporate in general about some of the stuff that I post. But I mean, I don't care. Like I'm gonna post whatever I want, because this is what the people, this is what they want to see, and this is what they need to see. And for the person that wants to be like me, I want them to know what actually comes with it. Because maybe if I knew what actually came with it, maybe I would have made a different decision. I don't know. But my job right now is just to do these things now, so the people that come behind me have a lot easier path.
So when you first opened your Subway, like walked in and you start running the business, what was like a reality check? Like, oh shit, like
yeah, fucking terrified. So like when I first walked in, you go through a training, but they only give you like the training of the big umbrella. Like there's so many little nuances that happen or that are just there that they don't teach you. So luckily I had a great mentor that owned 7 Subways that she helped me out a lot. If I didn't have her, I would not know a lot of the little stuff. So it would have been like when I walked through the door, I was like, damn, like I own a Subway. Like, like I own a Subway. I've been preparing for a couple months. I was like, damn, I own a Subway now. And then, as I'm hiring people, I'm getting a lot more pressure on my back. I'm like, fuck, this is for real. But I grow with pressure, not fold under it. So as it happened, it was just like, okay, cool. Like, what's the next thing? Okay, cool. What's the next thing? So what systems can I put in place to make sure everybody's okay when I'm not here? So that's kind of where I am right now, is building systems around the people that I do have that are my superstars, so I don't have to be there. So it was a reality check once I started getting actual momentum, having people come in, getting more employees. Then I was like, oh shit, like I'm actually a boss now. Yeah. So that was kind of my reality check.
So what has separated you from every other Subway so far, in your opinion?
Personality. That's what I have. I have straight personality. So when I was working in my stores 13 hours, 14-hour days, I've seen pretty much every customer that's like came into my store. That is a continuous customer. And they know me my name. My employees tell me all the time. As soon as I walk in, they're like, "Hey, so-and-so was looking for you." I don't even know their names. They're just like, "Oh, so-and-so was looking for you. Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy? Where's Tommy?" And it's gotten to a point where people like will write me notes, and my team will kind of like pin them on our little board that we got in the back, and people will write the notes like, "Hey, stop by. Just wanted to see you, Tommy. Hope everything is well." So I have like genuine connections with the people that come into my store. So I think that's what separates me from like the Subway down the street or the Subway on the block is this is Tommy's Subway. It's not just, okay, this is Subway. It's just not another Subway. And the things that I got rolling out, it's going to help me personalize it a little bit more.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's very different, especially like you got personal connections because everybody don't have that. What has been your motivation, like, that keeps you going, owning a business, being a serial entrepreneur? Like, what has been your motivation for that?
So my motivation probably would be, and it's indirectly, is the people around me. And I won't just say it's not just my family, it's not just my mom, it's not the general thing that most people would say, but it's just the people around me. Like even my homeboys, like we all have a destination that we want to get to, and we all have different paths on which we're going to get there. So I have to take it upon myself to go 1,000,000% on the path that I chose. So I chose, okay, I'm gonna own a franchise. Okay, I'm gonna dominate this shit. My guy Josh, he got a trucking business. He chose the trucking lane. He needs to dominate that shit. So when we're on group FaceTimes, when we're on calls, and we're talking about all the stuff that we want to do, we got to make sure we're all on the same page. We're all dominating our shit. So nobody gets left behind because we're all gonna keep walking forward. So if we got a straggler, then you better get your shit together because we're all gonna keep going forward. So I do it for the people around me. So I got my entrepreneur guys, and then I got my regular family. There's nobody in my family that is like me. There's nobody that's like me. So if I can learn most of everything that I need to know to gain, to get to the next level, I can pass that on to my nieces, my nephews. I can pass that on to my kids whenever I have some. And so I'm fighting for the future. I don't look at present. I don't even look like 3 years from now. I look like 10 years from now. So 10 years from now, Tommy is going to thank me for the stuff that I'm doing now. And the same thing for the people that are still in my life in 10 years. So I do it for future me and then the future circle that I have. Yeah.
So how did you adapt the mindset that you have? Because not everybody in the world got that type of mindset, strong, hard, like just keep going, fuck it, take the risk. Like, how did you adapt that type of mindset?
I think confidence just comes from repeat success. And repeat success only happens from repeat attempts. But the only thing is, a lot of people let repeat attempts and one failure stop the repeated success. So I've had businesses where I failed, but nobody cares about those. Like I'm on a podcast right now to talk about my successful Subway, or even before that, my successful credit thing, or what I was doing before. But I've had failures way before that, and those are the things that have built me up to this point. Like the first time I ever spoke was in a boxing gym. I was stuttering. It was fucking horrible. But when I talk on stages now, or even if I talk on a podcast like right now, it's like, okay, he's probably been here before. I have been here before because I failed before multiple times. So that's pretty much how I'm able to just move about everything. Yeah.
So Southwest DeKalb alumni.
Yeah.
Football player.
Yeah. Yeah.
What thought you was gonna be? You had a conversation to be an NFL star.
Yeah.
So how did you transition? Tell us about that story, that little background.
Yeah. So everybody thought I was gonna go to the league. Everybody thought I was gonna go to the league. So I went to App State. I was their number one recruit. Since they've ever recruited anybody at SEC, ACC, and I went to App State because I wanted a ring, got my ring. But while I was at school, I started to hate football. Like I was hating it, and the reason why I started to hate it was because I started to watch like podcasts about people that were actually making money, and I realized the only reason I wanted to play football was because I thought that was my only out. Black community, if you're good at sports or entertainment or something, you go all in, you go all the way. But when I started like to really expand my horizons about, what was actually happening in the world and how much money I could make just off of me being me, then I started hating football, and I left. I gave them back the scholarship that it's never happened before, especially at that school. But I very relinquent just gave them the scholarship back. And then I called my mom. She came and got my stuff, and then I started my entrepreneur journey.
For sure. So how has your, failures and success like shaped you into who you are?
I think it built kind of a resistance to not trying. So there's nothing that I want to do that I won't try. Like I don't care. Like I really don't care. So even with the Subway thing, like it's very risky. If you look up owning a Subway franchise, it's like they're a dying business. It's failing. It's da-da-da. It's this, is that. It's just that. I really don't care. Like none of that affects me at all. Like I'm 22 years old. I don't have kids. I'm not married. Worst case scenario, I go live back with my mama. Like absolutely. Like I don't have anything that's really gonna make me be risk averse. So it's like, I mean, why not go all in right now? You know, I could, wake up in a couple months and have little Tommy running around. I don't have that right now, so I'm gonna go all in, foot on the gas, like on everything. So if something seems risky, but I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot from it, I'm pulling the trigger. Don't care, pulling the trigger. Because the things that I've learned or the people that I have met owning a Subway franchise have been crazy. Like with the whole TikTok thing, like I've had people come in that were multimillionaires, like that I never would have met if I didn't own a Subway franchise and go viral on TikTok and go viral on Twitter and all this other stuff. So you never know what new opportunities are gonna, bring about the new things that you try or the new things that you're gonna learn. So I mean, I don't care about risk. Like I'm gonna do it either way.
So what do you think people how am I trying to put this? What do you think people fail at when they start a business or when they get into a business, or what do you think they go wrong?
They stop. That's it. They stop. I don't think there's a business that I've seen where somebody that just keeps on pushing it, making it better doesn't make it. There's not. I haven't seen a business yet. So if somebody has a business and they just keep on pounding it, and you make it better and make it better, somebody's going to buy it. You make it better. If you keep it the same and think that it's just the prettiest, the best thing in the world and you don't change it, then you're going to stop because nobody's buying your stuff. But if you just keep drilling on whatever you're doing, then eventually somebody will pick up. Because we all have, like, I'm pretty sure you probably have the same thing, like entrepreneurs. It's like little phases that happen. For me, it happens maybe like twice a month, where you just think you're doing absolutely nothing. You don't think anything's going your way. You don't think anybody's supporting you.
Feel like you're not doing nothing at all.
Yeah, you feel like you're not doing anything, and you feel like nothing's moving, nothing's progressing, and you suck. And you do. It's true. You actually you suck, and it's true. But the more that you do it, the better that you get. Then you'll be able to, sell whatever, and people are just going to be banging your door down to get whatever you're offering. But there's nobody there. There's nobody in your corner. You can't sleep at night. You have insomnia. You think you suck, and it's true today. It's true today. It's not going to be true in 5 years. So just keep grinding, keep doing your thing, and it's not going to go away. Like you'll eventually make it.
So how does your friends influence you? Like, how do they keep you motivated, keep you on your grind, stuff like that?
So we're on the phone a lot. So when we're on the phone, we usually always talk about something business related. So if it's, hey, what are we doing with this new marketing thing? Hey, what are we doing? What's our new venture? Hey, what are you doing? Or what successes or what failures are you having? Like we talk about all that stuff, and you keep those type of ideas and keep those type of people around, then it starts to breed you wanting more for yourself. So that was the same thing. Like I said, like I want to dominate my industry. Same thing with Josh. He wants to dominate his trucking industry. Same thing with Kai. He wants to dominate the real estate industry. If we're all going at our lanes, pounding it, eventually we're going to get there. Maybe it'll be at different times for all three of us, but eventually we're going to get there. So it helps a lot. It keeps me kind of focused, having those types of guys around me.
So how's your personal life now? You settle in the Subway, you got more time, stuff like that.
I still don't have a personal life. It's the same way. I still don't have a personal life because all I am doing now is trading the time that I was actually in the Subway to working on the Subway and working on my personal brand. All I did was shift the time into something else that I think will pay me dividends more. Like my personal brand is going to pay me more dividends than owning the damn Subway, right? So I just boom my time into that. So I'm making more content. I have to edit all my content. I have to send it out, figure out how to chop it up, learn how to edit videos, learn how to work a mic, learn how to get a new camera, like learn how to use the camera for real. So that type of stuff is what my time has shifted towards. So I still really don't have a personal life that much. Little here and there, I might go out bowling, maybe go catch a movie, something like that. But I still don't have a personal life because the job is not done. Yeah, the job is not done. I barely even started. I barely scratched the surface of my potential. I have too many goals. I have too many things, and the clock is ticking. I don't really have time for a personal life fully right now. Give me like 10 years, and then we'll see.
For sure. So how has the networking side been for you? Because I know that plays a big part, owning a business, having a franchise, because, it's not easy just trying to do it by yourself.
Yeah. So everybody roots for the underdog, and I'm realizing that owning a Subway. So when people come in, they're like, "Oh, you're the owner. How old are you? 15?" Like, no, I'm 22. So a lot of people, they know my story, and my story has weight. Like, I didn't even know I had this much weight, because I'm like, okay, I'm 22, so what, right? Like, I'm the youngest franchisee, whatever. But people, like, it really holds weight with people. So like, I've had people come in there, like Country Wayne, we do skits in there.
Yeah.
So he has his people come down and we do skits, and they get millions of views on each skit they do on my Subway. So just meeting those people, those type of connections, like, serve a lot. Like, there's people that come in all the time, like, hey, they're Tommy from TikTok, or Tommy from Sherman's thing on Country Wayne's page. Like, so the relationships have been crazy that I've been getting since I bought the store, especially since I started going viral. Yeah.
That's what's up. Tommy, man, Tommy Wright, Subway, franchise owner, entrepreneur. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I'm trying. Lord mercy, I'm trying.
But so I know you was talking about your love life. You said, So how's that going? Is that still there existing, or it's like?
Yeah, no, it's still there. It's good. I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place right now. I can do what I have to do in work and not have to worry about what's going on back at my crib. My crib and everything is good. It's taken care of while I'm out trying to grind for the future.
Yeah.
And I'm with somebody that understands the value in that. So judging, off my last relationships and everything like that, it's really rare to find somebody that'll be that missing puzzle piece to help you keep growing.
For sure.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm in a good place.
For sure. That's what's up.
Yeah.
What advice would you give young entrepreneurs today?
My biggest advice is to just try, like, because you're probably gonna fail the first couple of business. You're gonna fail. Like, it happens. Like, I got lucky. I got very lucky. The first business I ever started, I made over $300,000. Like, I got very, very, very lucky. It doesn't happen like that 99.9% of the time. So this is how I think success works. Like, imagine you're blindfolded, right? All the lights are off, and I put earphones on you, right? I have a penny. I throw the penny as far as I can in a room that's about the size of a football field. You can't hear or see anything. The penny represents your success. And I say, hey, go find the penny after I throw it. Every step you take is a missed business, a missed opportunity, something you fumbled. Every step that you take is a failed business opportunity or whatever, right? So you tried all these different things, they're not working. But the only way you get the penny of success is if you keep trying new shit. You don't know what's gonna hit. You have no idea what's gonna hit. So I'm a numbers guy. If I shoot the ball 100 times, hopefully I make it fucking 2. Like, but if you only shoot twice, your chances are you're not gonna get it. So people that are real entrepreneurs, just try shit. Especially if you're young, just try shit. Now, if you're older, you gotta be more selective. You got kids, you got responsibility. You be more selective. But if you're young,
Yeah.
shoot. Like, keep shooting. That's what I did, and that's what I'm gonna keep on doing. I'm nowhere near my potential. I'm nowhere near my potential. I go to sleep, damn insomnia. I'm not doing nothing while people look at me like I'm some kind of idol, like I did a lot. That's just entrepreneur. That's just entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it about you and taking risks? Because a lot of people don't like taking risks. What is it about you that you love about taking risks? And what do you think it is about other people like, nah, fuck that, I'm not taking the risk because, it may not happen. Right.
So, I mean, let's weigh it. So what are the odds that you stay the same and, if you get a job that you'll get by? About 100%, right?
Yeah.
But what are the odds that you'll actually grow into your full potential or actually get the life that you actually want doing that shit? Fucking zero.
Yeah.
Like, you're not, like, fucking zero. So it's 100% chance that you will not get to where you want to be on your current path. So it's more risky to stay where you are because you're 100% failure. Like, it's fucking stupid. So you might as well go roll the dice in some entrepreneur stuff or something else or something different to where you can build it.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of more on you. Because if you rely on somebody else to build your land for you, then the odds of you actually getting the things that you want are fucking zero. So the people that say they're scared of risk or scared to take risks, they want to keep their same little path. I mean, you're actually just, accepting like 100% failure. So if you really look at it like that, it's like, are you really risky? Like, are you really risk adverse? Because they're at 100% failure instead of just, betting on yourself. So.
For sure, for sure. So is there anything else that you got coming in the works that's besides Subway? Any other brands you trying to drop or?
I'm gonna have a community coming out where I'm gonna have a lot of heavy hitter entrepreneurs in there to just kind of help the public. I'm gonna be building that within the next few weeks. But as far as business wise, I'm going to buy, scale, and exit companies. I just did it with a franchise first. So eventually I'll sell my franchise for more than what I bought it. But ultimately I'm going to buy and sell companies. That's what I'm going to do. So that'll be me in the next coming years. I just got some learning, and I gotta get my foot on the ground and just make a lot of mistakes and just learn a lot more new shit before I can say, hey, I actually do this for real. So that's what I got coming into the future. But in the very near future, I got a community coming out to help up and coming entrepreneurs start their entrepreneur journey. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. I like that you actually like helping the youth, because I feel like we're in a time where don't nobody want to help nobody.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that shit is about, but definitely need to come together and start helping people. But yeah, what do you think is something with that, like why people don't want to help nobody, or being stingy, money hungry, or like
I think it's a lot of like fraud going around. So it's a lot of people that try to teach things that they're not experts in, or people try to teach things that they haven't lived. Like I'm not a fan of that. And like my homeboys will tell you, like I've been so against doing like a mentorship for so fucking long because I feel like there's still so much for me to learn in whatever space I'm in. So it's like I feel like I haven't done shit. Like I haven't done anything. I say that to them all the time. So it's like there's a lot of people that don't want to help anybody, not for free, but they don't want to give out real game. They only want you to pay for the right because they don't have that much game to give. Like the only thing they have is in that course. Like aside from that, they know absolutely nothing. So I don't want to be that person. I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't help other people, is because they want them to pay for every little thing. That's because they don't have that much to give. When you look at people that actually do have a lot of knowledge to give, like like Alex Hormozy or whatever, he drops all his shit for free. Why? Because he has so much shit to give. Other people that only have a course and have nothing else, they only run ads for their course and they don't actually give game. Those people don't have enough, and that just means they haven't done enough. And I don't want to be one of those people.
Okay, so I like that take. That's a pretty different take.
Yeah.
Let me see. Chill on me, y'all. This was my first time back recording and shit. You feel me what I'm saying? Subway franchise owner, businessman, finna help the youth.
Yeah, I'm trying. Lord have mercy. I'm trying.
How many Subway franchises you want to own?
One.
Just one?
No, this is it. One and done.
No other type of franchise, or?
One and done. Only because I've never worked in the food industry ever in my life. This was the first time. And like I said, I just wanted to try the franchising thing, because I see a lot of people that were like, oh yeah, I thought about franchising. Everybody says they think about franchising, right? Yeah. Like, yeah, I want to own a McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, whatever. Now on my deathbed, I can say I did it. I tried it. Cool. But it's not my path, because I don't like being in a fence. I don't like having a boss telling me what to do. And ultimately, if you're a franchise owner, whoever the franchise is tells you what to do. And I got a real heavy blow at that when I started making content, and I had to take my first 2 videos down. That got like 24 million in a day across 2 platforms. So when that happened, I was like, okay, yeah, this is probably not for me. Like at the end of the day, you have a daddy that you have listened to, and that is your franchise owner. So I'm not. This is one and done. this is probably it. So yeah, I don't plan on expanding. I don't plan on that.
For sure. So what has been like your passion throughout this whole experience, being a business owner? Like, what do you think like you value the most, like doing what you do?
What do I value the most? Just the journey, honestly. The things that I'm learning. Everything that I do, I feel like sets you up for the next thing. Whether it's indirectly or directly, it sets you up for the next thing. So I bought a franchise. So I know probably the next endeavor that I have, something that I learned from owning the franchise is going to help me in that business. It was the same thing before the franchise, where I learned how to talk to people and get good rapport and all that good stuff. So when I came into a Subway store that had 2.3 stars on Google to now having almost 5, that was my biggest attribute, was the customer service aspect of it. So I just feel like everything that you do is going to serve you later in the future. You just have to be selective about the things that you do. So I think the lessons are going to carry me a lot farther than actually just owning a franchise or just the little money that I get from the franchise. Because like I said, I didn't do it for the money. I didn't. I did it for the experience, and I did it for ultimately the relationships that I knew I was going to get from it. And then the good part about having my own lane. Nobody's going to buy another franchise and then go try to make a course on it. Nobody's going to do it. So that's kind of it. Yeah.
Most definitely. So when you grew up, when you were younger, what was your mindset like? Was it kind of how it was now, or was it like?
Nah, work. That's it. Work. If you want to go make money, work. Like, I was not one of those kids that was like, oh, I was selling candy at school, so I knew I would be an entrepreneur. No, that was not me at all. I worked a lot. Like, I worked since I was 12. Worked at a car wash, did lawn care, all kinds of stuff. I worked. I was not an entrepreneur then. I wasn't entrepreneur minded at all. Like, I loved going to work and being the number 2 and number 3. Loved it. But I did have little signs where I would be like, hey, why do we do it this way? How about we do it this way? Da, da, da. But I wasn't the owner, so I couldn't do that. So that's when I had like little hints of entrepreneurship, but I was not entrepreneurial minded back then. But people that say entrepreneurs are born and not made, I think it's halfway true. I think entrepreneurs can be born and made, but they can be developed. I think that's a better way to say it. So I think I was a developed entrepreneur that just had a little seed. My seed just didn't start to grow until somebody started to water it from me watching videos and podcasts and all these different mentorships and stuff. But I was not entrepreneur minded at all. I was gonna go to school and get my MBA. I was not entrepreneur minded at all. Yeah.
What is a typical day like for you?
Now or when we started? Now or when I started?
Both.
So a typical day when I first bought the store was wake up, go to the store, and be there the whole day. Like, of course, there's like little stuff inside of it, but that was my day, was going there, and I had to work. And now it's wake up, figure out what I'm gonna do to work on my business, which is the Subway, and then I'm trying to push content. I'm trying to push so much content, it's insane. So like, I tell my homeboys all the time, like, hey, did you post today? Did you post today? Did you post today? Because I need to post today. Because I need to post today. Because I need to post today. So I feel like I want to document everything that I do now, because I know it'll either help somebody, or when I look back on it, I'm like, okay, I remember when I did this, and now I do this. So I can kind of have a track record for myself. There's no point in me doing all this extraordinary stuff in life, like, buying a franchise, making 6 figures before 21, like all that stuff, and it's not documented. Like, what's the point? At that point, it's just stories. So I'm really heavy on content right now. Like, even before I started going viral, I'm really heavy on content right now. So that's more of my day looks like: wake up, content strategy, knock the content out, figure out how to work on my Subway, whether that's getting catering orders, making sure everybody's cool, and then going right back to editing my content, and then putting stuff out. And then, my personal development, reading, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. So that's more what I have now, because now I have employees. I have an up and coming manager now, so I can kind of lean back a little bit and work on myself while the store is kind of running by itself.
So how do you choose your workers, and how do you manage your business? Like, when you're not there, like, do you ever stress like, damn, what the hell going on in my Subway? Like, I'm not there. Like, I need to see what's going on.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I got cameras, so I watch it like TV. I'm not gonna lie. I be doing work on my computer, and I have my other computer on my phone just up with the cameras right there. And it's crazy because I'll go in there the next day, and one of my team members, they'll tell me like, hey, somebody came in and they were trying to argue with me. I said, yeah, I know, I saw it and I heard it. I was watching it. And, I was just watching it like TV, just see how you handle it. So I have a good enough team to the point I don't have to worry. I really don't have to worry about nothing big. I don't have to worry about anything big. It might be something small, but it's something I can worry about tomorrow. So I'm not tripping about what they do in the store, because they know, like, the people that I have there know what to do. My open and closers, those are my most important people. The people in the middle work with those people. So I'm not worried when I'm not there, honestly. My team is a very good team. I'm blessed. So I'm not worried.
All right, cool. Little sidetrack for a minute. So you got your business running, all that type stuff. If you could buy like some luxury right now, like a big purchase that you want to buy, what would it be?
A Ferrari. I want a Ferrari. I cannot wait to get a Ferrari. I'm gonna get a Ferrari. If I had to splurge on one thing right now, one singular transaction, it would be a Ferrari.
Do they keep their value, or do they lose their value?
Don't know, don't care. I do not care. I want a Ferrari. Nobody in the A really has a Ferrari unless you're really moving for real. Nobody has a Ferrari.
What year? Or it don't matter? You just want a Ferrari.
I just want a Ferrari. Everybody pull up in the Lambos. Everybody, even a C8 Vet. Like everybody got even a Bentley. Like nobody says whose Ferrari is that out there. It's Tommy's. Like I want that. I want a Ferrari.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3. So Ferrari. 2 more.
Any purchase or a car?
Anything.
Okay. So I'd go Ferrari. Penthouse.
What state? Penthouse. Atlanta or like New York?
Fucking Australia. Fucking Australia. I got to get out the U.S. I'm lying. Dubai. So I get a penthouse there. I get a Ferrari. And if I had to buy anything else, it probably would be like an apartment building or something. Or like an industrial building, something like that. Something like
office buildings, like
yeah, but it'll be for living though. It wouldn't be like for business office or anything. It'd be residential. It would be like a commercial building for residential people. So it would be like that. So I do a Ferrari, penthouse, and then that type of a type of commercial building, something like that. Maybe like a skyscraper or some shit, something like that. But that Ferrari is number 1 on my list.
Color.
Red. Red car, red seats, all of it. That's what I want a Ferrari. I'm getting a Ferrari.
If you could get it by in the next
2 years.
2 years. Oh shit. Okay.
2 years.
You make
there's never been anything that I said I wanted that I didn't have. From my first car to my second car, my third car, my fourth car, I've gotten every single one. So Ferrari is next on my list. So yeah, that'd be my first purchase. Straight cash in a dealership, book bag on the table. Like
straight cash
on the table. That's what it's gonna be.
No fans gonna come looking for you.
Nah, I don't care. So that would be my biggest purchase. My number 1 purchase. Yeah.
For sure. So have you ever thought about like collabing with other entrepreneurs? Like for example, like if you want to collab with Josh on something like trucking or like, with your Subway, like just working together to put stuff out?
Yeah, but it would be more of our brands together. It wouldn't be like Subway, right? Because the way I use Subway is the way Subway uses me. So you got Subway and then you got me. So I technically, all these sales and everything that I'm generating, all this buzz, is really going back to Subway. But if I had a different business that I had that wasn't like tied to a national brand like Subway, then it wouldn't feeder to me as well. But because I own a Subway, it's starting to boost my personal brand now. And that's why I'm getting all the likes and all the views and everything on TikTok, YouTube, and all that stuff right there. So it's going back and forth. So I wouldn't connect the Subway thing to anything that me and anybody else would do. It will be CEO Wright, Tommy Wright stuff with your stuff as an entrepreneur. I don't want anybody to look at me and recognize me because of Subway. You know what I'm saying? So it will be me, and like if it was me and Josh, it would be his trucking thing, and it would be me as an entrepreneur businessman. Like how I was able to scale a franchise, something that has so many rules, so many restrictions on marketing, so many all this other stuff is still boosted 200% in 2 months. Yeah, that type of stuff. So imagine what I can do to a brand that doesn't have any restrictions or any walls, right? So that's kind of how we would do as far as like a collab or anything like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think I pretty much got everything I needed to get.
Okay, cool.
I think. Anything you got to say, or any advice you want to give, or
any advice? So. Okay, yeah, I do actually. Let me get some shit on my chest.
Go ahead, talk.
Let me get some shit on my chest. So, and I only say this because I go through the exact same thing, and I know the people around me do too, like my homeboys and everything. Being 18 to 30, you're in a pit of I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, and I know that. I know that because I'm in the pit with you. Some nights you're going to go to sleep where you don't know what the hell you're going to do tomorrow that's actually going to make any sense. You're going to go to sleep thinking you're not doing enough. You're going to go to sleep thinking that you're not going to amount to the things that your mom thinks you will, or your sister or your brother. It's going to happen. And it's true. You have no idea whether it's going to happen or not, right? But just keep going. Just keep going. Like, I don't look at my life, like I said, I don't look at it right in front of me. I never do, because it's no point, right? 10 years from now will still be 10 years from now. Life doesn't go by months. It doesn't go by years. It goes by decades. Like if you start looking in decades, then the things that you accomplish when you look back, that shit'll be so far apart. It'll be so far apart. Like, I don't think about what I'm going to do next month. I think about what I'm going to do like in the next 5-10 years. So if you start working on that type of timing, all the moping around that you're doing right now between like 18 and 30, by the time you hit like 35, none of that shit's going to matter. None of that shit. The low points, none of that shit's going to matter because all the high points are starting to just hit everything. 35, 36, all that stuff starting to happen. So when a lot of people become millionaires, it's like that 35 to like 40 range. Like, everything starts to hit. So the stuff that you're sitting in right now, all of that stuff, it sucks. I know. Just sit in it. Like, just sit in it and just keep going forward. Like, keep walking through the mud. Eventually, you're gonna hit some water, bro. Just keep going. Yeah. So that's what I would say. So like the people that don't know what they want to do, don't know which route to take, don't know, if the next thing is gonna work, just make it work. Just keep going. That's pretty much all I got. Only because I've literally felt that shit for the last couple of years. So yeah.
Most definitely. I think that's another thing too. People get stuck in situations.
Yeah.
Or like, for example, when you talk about sports, basketball, football, like people get stuck in that one thing.
Yeah.
And you can't get stuck in that shit. Like, you literally have to get out and figure out what you want to do. Cause like, for example, basketball ain't gonna be there forever. Football not gonna be there forever.
Right.
So like, if you get stuck in that mental state or that mind state or like, shit, this is all I am. Like, you're gonna be stuck there. Like, you definitely have to like open your mind and just do whatever it is you want to do. Like, that's what I had to learn. Like, fuck it. Like, I'm not going back to school.
Right.
Shit, I've been stuck in damn basketball. That's all I know. So, like, it was definitely scary for me. Like, damn, like, I'm not hooping no more. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But, like, since I took the risk, did my own little journey, like, shit has been totally different. So, I definitely believe that for sure.
Even if you don't see the rewards and stuff now, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Not every action you do is going to get a pat on the back. And I'm not somebody that takes a lot of pats on the back. Like, a lot of people say, oh my God, you're doing so great. You're da-da-da. Little they know, bro, I wanted to kill myself last week. Like, not for real, but like, I really just, like, entrepreneurship fucking hurts. Entrepreneurship hurts. Like, and people see the Lambos and really see the glitter and glamour and think it's sweet. No, like, the stuff that you have to do from A to Y to get to Z is fucking hell. And people don't know that. Like, they just see the Z. They see the last thing. And they're just like, oh, it must be nice. They see the Lambos and shit. It must be nice. Nah, hell no.
Not the people y'all see renting, the folks that be owning it.
Yeah, the folks that be owning it. Yeah. The folks that actually do have the money and have the motion now. The stuff that they had to do before that was hell. Like, it was hell. And a lot of people do a bad job of documenting that type of stuff. And I don't want to do that. That's why I put everything on social media now. Y'all can know how much I make from my I do not care. I'm not scared to talk about money or finance. I do not care. So that's what I think people should really focus on. It's kind of the journey versus the destination. Yeah.
Most definitely. CEO Tommy Wright, man. Appreciate you for coming.
Appreciate
you. Know what I'm saying? I think we pretty much got everything out, I think.
Yeah.
But appreciate y'all for coming back. Just work with me. We getting back right, you know what I'm saying? First episode back. Tommy Wright, Subway franchise owner, serial entrepreneur, and many more other things. This is PTFiles, and we out.